oops. In the last few years living in the area, found out and drew out a lot of bullies in different businesses. Bullies. So that as far as white people go in this region, you can assume that most white people are bullies. There's no range of things that white people do that are passive aggressive. Go into a white dating site in the region and look at how many girls say they like sarcasm. Right? Have you ever been around someone who relies on sarcasm the whole time? To me, I find it one of the ugliest traits of any human being, and it's almost entirely reserved for white middle-class girls and females. Right? White people are insane. White people, Caucasians, are insane in North America. They're insane. You know, I watched 5 minutes of a Netflix movie last night, and it made me ill. I actually had nightmares. I watched 5 minutes of it. It's witchcraft. It's just witchcraft being practiced on the subconscious. It makes me sick. It's my body telling me, like, leave it alone. Local bus companies, local banks, all kinds of places employ bullies and mentally unbalanced human beings. They're so incredibly stupid. Passive-aggressive people are usually quite stupid, but they get away with it. You know, they don't see their shit. Hopefully in an hour, not in 20 minutes. We like the snow, don't we? Yes, we do. How's it going? Yeah, it'll be over soon. Honestly, I don't like to talk ill about people because modesty is looking at me for saying that. I think he just dropped a bunch of shit on the ground. Hate winter. That's a pretty strong statement. Yeah? A woman has told me that she's spiritual. I hate winter. It just gives you attitude. But I wish I could take a picture of this one. It's just like, there are a lot of ugly people in the world. Have you ever noticed that actors are actually quite ugly people? Part of the reason is they often have prosthetics added to their attire. That woman at least doesn't talk too much anymore. She used to be kind of stocky. Yeah. But we curbed her that, didn't we? More people walking their dogs today. that's their style. Dog comes with you. And then just like seems like I'm thinking to myself, oh okay, it's a funny one, but like not quite sure. Like I have a little doubt in my mind. And sure enough, it's owned by a young female. And even that dog is probably not sure. It's actually a happy-go-lucky dog, but she's managed to make it aggressive. It's so amazing. Doesn't know how to come up to people and sniff. So plants their feet, here's her feet, still relatively playful, and starts barking. Okay? Right, but comes up in a passive state. This is a dog that's genuinely quite confused about the owner themselves and where their direction is coming from. Sure enough, it's a white female. And you see this a lot. I wish she didn't try to talk to me. It was just more funny than anything. Let's keep going. Harmless, but Labradoodle. I've actually never seen that breed bark like that. So. To a white woman to make a perfectly friendly animal aggressive. It's just something about white people. They've moved in the narrative of aggression for so long. Their culture really is about swapping different kinds of aggression with different branding and packaging. Everything they do is their sharks. You know? And when a natural piece of fresh meat comes along the way, what do you think happens? Good. I have a certain amount of blood poison to get through. Making my craft like I said the other day. Hey. Now that dog barely looked at me. He's like a yeti. See? And that's a man with a similar breed dog that is totally calm and totally enjoying himself. Right? Complete difference. Right? The skitsy white female versus the centered and grounded white male. Older. You see the difference. It's a white people thing. People won't notice it. They won't want to notice it, but the fact is that white people have a lot of skitsy mental problems because of overbreeding and because it's just things that white people have been trained to do through deprivation dynamics of their children. White people grow up deprived of many things. We all do. The white world, like Canada, the US, is deprived of many of the luxuries of Western and even Eastern Europe. In many cases, things are often more expensive. Social services, in a sense, but they're not always very consistently high grade. I'm not going to take away from some of the great doctors and surgeons that Canada has and so forth, because there's no halfway when you're a heart surgeon or a brain surgeon. But falling down along the line, it's just something where if you have a tighter system, you get more consistent treatment. It's an interesting thing I've noticed in different systems, including the bus system, where leadership and accountability falls apart. Humans start, unfortunately, doing those animal things they do when they're bored and undertrained, which can get into sexual harassment. You can tell when white people are psychopaths. One is they're white. Two, if anything is coming out of their mouth, anything is going into it. They're so institutional, especially in this area. They've all lived in institutional jobs. You can even tell it by the way they move. They spent their whole life at desks and in hallways and answering phones, and and it's not even saying that they have moral agency for their working conditions, because people just do what they do. Let's see, I can't wait 15 minutes. I can take a breath. You get very poor services at the end of the day. And you get very poor people. Let's see. So you have a problem with me. Is that right? You have a problem with me? I see. So you have a problem with me. Is that right? How do you want to deal with that? How do you deal with that? So you don't know what to do. And you want to talk about it here now, or do you want to talk about it? You might want to. I'm saying. Right. I decided to talk about it in public, even though it could bring her and other people. This stupid man. You're just not going to make it right now? You keep saying I'm not going to make it right. I threatened a $25 million lawsuit to a local natural food company. I think they should be getting lots more lawsuits around the world for all the kinds of shit that happens in health food stores. I imagine you could say yoga schools as well. The thing is that most men don't complain. I've been suffered attempted rape or rape by a number of women who are yoga teachers from reputable yoga schools and other types of qigong organizations. White women. It's all over the place. And it's not a big deal to them. They have sad lives and they just want to fuck somebody by the hope that they can get a guy to have an erection. Good things might happen, and too bad if it doesn't. That's how they live. That's their entire sexual development. And then you look at the types of people that befriend them. Once you know someone's a psychopath, then you look at everybody around them. Right? You look at who they work with. You look at who they're friends with. You start listening. Does anyone in their family have a chronic illness? And what you'll find is their spouse usually does. It's not the end of the story. It's not the beginning of it. But it's a way into the fact that there is a story to be had. Okay, so we've got 10 more minutes walking and we can take a crap. Which is good. My throat. That one woman I passed is so fucking nasty. Nasty looking. Nasty. Nasty. Try to walk by her and get on with her. She says she's into New Age stuff. Good for her. Unfortunately, all of it is controlled by royalty and witches. But they're better off making up their own spiritual life. And magical thinking. Oh, yeah. Right practice is awesome. Let's do that. Come on. I like having crap. It's a really healthy. Well, what happens you'll find too with sex offenders, men or women, they don't do anything about it. Usually. I accept my mother and father. They did have done quite a bit with their life. My mom did mean to me. She's the one pleasant person I know in the world. Aside from my dad, who I don't speak to anymore. Well, I do, kind of. Interesting. This is the school. It's Monday. Students coming out of that. They got their children banged up in this. Look at this. Okay, this is what the children. These are the institutions they put them in. That one doesn't even have windows in it. Giant boxes, so they can think out of the box. Cramp along this pitch. It's very dangerous. This doesn't have to go. That's good. There we go. This cramp is going to help clean up my blood. If my blood is a little dirty, it's going to work out. That's okay. Make your time, because I have to get back to the low Z 230. telling you not to care about people. I don't like to be around bullies, so I don't shop in their stores. As a result, I don't shop in health food stores anymore. Health food stores really started in the 1980s, in this part of the world anyway, Southwestern Canada. And they were mostly just supplement stores, selling useless supplements. None of them were doing. And then they started selling food, and it was like organic food, and then it was like Kansas supervisor. I love it. Supervisor just literally drove by me as I go downstairs. So I was like, so what are we doing for solution to that? We do make the sun and water. We can make contact with the transit vehicle so they get a practice service when they're crossing cities in blind daylight. Buildings their son. Is that what you're on talking about? What do the son and daughter do? Is that what you would do to your mother, your father, your friends? Okay? That you fucking wouldn't. Because I know the answer is fucking no. I know that you're fucking psychos. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking psychos. But you only do it to certain people. People you're not related to. People you think are related. People like me. I made a fucking mistake. You can call the rest of me text and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do that until I see every motherfucking name on fire. That's a pretty constant, now it's kind of biannual letter writing campaign to the for BC Transit. I'm not expecting a response, just I'm not asking for one. Just letting you know very simple things, ways of looking at how violent their employees really are. Look, I'm wearing black. You don't have to give me a ride. That'll be a relief for some of them. feel like you look on the you make something to look between them. Well now, if you can't tell it's a nice luck, I don't want to bother them. I'm gonna take a shit. This feels so cool that they decided to go there. Okay, where am I gonna go? That's the problem. Alright, let's go there. Sorry, I'm gonna shit myself. I don't hear anything. When people do violence, they open up a rift in the fabric of the ethers. That's what people mean by karma. When you're angry, even justifiably, you can be prone to accident. That doesn't mean you're suffering from karma. That could be you're suffering from being bullied, disintegrating energy. Just because you're expressing it in the form of anger doesn't mean you're the origin of it. Look, it's the BC Transit logo. Oh, dude. That's a good crap, man. That's a good one. No one's explaining what happened. And don't explain what I could. Aggressive. I'm calling your names. Harassing an older woman. Calling the police. Avoiding me. Avoiding all complaints. Shutting down complaint by your website. Okay? Minimizing everything that you can. And yet I'm still here. So maybe you have a really big one. Okay? You don't want anyone like me, do you? You would like them to leave the earth. 24 hours dead. No one should go tell me so until you 24 hours dead. Hey, why don't you go tell them that? Before I go away. No, I haven't told the services. Why are you telling me? So thank you. Well, you didn't mention that. I should focus on involving my bicep, shouldn't I? I should focus on my business. And I should ask for confidence in this. Isn't that what we pay for? pay these people, say your bus drivers, and in Canada they're paid by the public, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions of dollars for the year across Canada. And you end up suddenly paying them to abuse you. How do you feel about that? Okay. BC Tansy, Cranston. BC Crap It. My BC crap. Okay, good. Let's go. Okay, this is the same boundary. It's all good. The ducks. Sorry, guys. And if I was a 12-year-old, I guess say the same thing. There's one old man about me. I don't presume to know anybody. I don't know. Hi. Sorry. I'm happy to go by and not bother you, but